You might have heard that McDonald's is in the real estate business rather than the fast food business. But do you know that Starbucks' business model is rapidly transforming into a banking business model? In this video, we're going to talk about the story of Starbucks, how it became the globe's largest and most renowned coffee brand, and how Starbucks is starting to operate like a bank. Before we dive into Starbucks' inspirational fable, I'd like to invite you to join our YouTube community by subscribing to our channel and pressing the bell icon to stay connected. Our videos are about deep diving into interesting topics like this one, and we have exciting ones lined up. We also encourage suggestions and input from our community, so let us know in the comments section if you would like to see a video on a topic that you're interested in. Let's dive straight into the establishment of the world's biggest coffee brand. The Starbucks tale took off in 1971 when its three co-founders, all hailing from academic backgrounds, Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Bowker, and Zev Siegel, opened the first store near the historic Pike Place Market in Seattle. The store was named after a character from Herman Melville's popular novel Moby Dick. Initially, the co-founders based their business model around selling high-quality coffee beans and equipment, buying green coffee beans from Peet's Coffee and Tea, which was also a source of inspiration for Starbucks. The co-founders experimented with roasting techniques to come up with their own blends and flavors. The co-founders managed to grow the brand slowly and steadily, opening several stores in Seattle and acquiring Peet's Coffee in 1984. However, Starbucks wouldn't perhaps be the global brand it's become today if it weren't for Howard Schultz. Schultz, who was a sales representative for a Swedish company manufacturing kitchen equipment and housewares until 1981, was tempted to visit Starbucks after noticing how large their orders were. His visit left such a tremendous impression upon him that he decided to work for the company and was appointed as the head of marketing in 1982. A year later, on a company visit to Italy, Schultz was inspired by the country's cafes and envisioned turning Starbucks into a coffee shop chain. Baldwin and Bowker, two of the three co-founders who were at the time steering the company's wheels, were however not convinced, as they wanted to stick to their original business model of selling coffee beans and equipment. Undeterred by his boss's lack of enthusiasm for what he deemed to be an exceptional growth opportunity, Schultz decided to quit and start his own coffee chain with the name Il Giornale, which quickly expanded into multiple cities. In 1987, when Starbucks' growth had somewhat stalled, Schultz offered to buy the company. Baldwin and Bowker decided to throw in the towel, and Schultz acquired the company in 1987 with investor financing. Schultz merged his own company with Starbucks and steered the new company towards an expansion drive that would make Starbucks the brand it is today. By 1992, when the company went public, it had already expanded to 140 outlets, with revenues exceeding $73 million. In 1996, the company started expanding abroad and soon became the largest coffee chain in the world. At the turn of the century, Starbucks had expanded to more than 2,500 locations in more than a dozen countries. But how did Starbucks become a bank? As impressive as the Starbucks growth trajectory is, it does not tell the tale of how Starbucks' business model has gradually transformed from selling coffee to banking. It all started in 2001, when the company started issuing gift cards. These cards could be bought at Starbucks outlets and later became available online. But what happens when someone buys a gift card? The buyer essentially loans money to Starbucks at a 0% markup. And although the scale of these cards was not astronomical initially, they, along with digital payments, now account for 41% of Starbucks revenues. In fact, the company itself projected spending from gift cards at $3 billion for 2021. This means that the Starbucks customers have provided $3 billion to the company as an interest-free loan to invest or expand operations. For Starbucks, however, it gets even better. Unlike conventional banks, where very few people forget the money they've deposited, gift cards can be lost, forgotten, or simply not used by the people they're gifted to. This essentially translates into free money for Starbucks. And if you think it might be insignificant, think again. Starbucks has been making over $100 million from unutilized gift cards for several years now. But what's next? Can Starbucks really transform into an actual bank? Well, as things stand, Starbucks is in a position to act as one without having to comply with regulations that apply to licensed conventional banks. But the company does have an extraordinary opportunity to translate this leverage into even more cash streams. For example, it can easily transform its digital app into a wallet that people can use for transactions other than buying coffee. People are already putting money into the app to buy coffee at some future stage. What if the app could also provide them with the opportunity to conduct other transactions? The company can also potentially utilize its app to launch its own digital currency. As Starbucks operates around the globe, this can help it in stabilizing its foreign exchange risk and in charging its customers for more than just coffee. However, if the company does take such routes, it might face the risk of income cannibalization, because if people can utilize the funds for other transactions, the increased mobility might reduce the investment income Starbucks can make right now on idle funds. Moreover, the company might also have to conform to regulatory requirements for digital wallets or currencies. On the flip side, these avenues also possess the potential for Starbucks to take the deposited funds up a notch. This is because right now, people only deposit funds that they intend to utilize to buy caffeinated drinks from Starbucks. However, if they could use the app for other transactions, the size of their deposits could increase, and with it, if the turnover is predictable, the scale of investment funds available to Starbucks. Whether Starbucks decides to pursue these revenue streams more seriously or not remains to be seen. But Starbucks is potentially sitting on a gold mine with the global reach it has. In fact, the company already has had a tremendous impact on other sectors like real estate, where the Frappuccino effect has already helped U.S. homeowners of houses located near Starbucks by pushing their prices up significantly higher than the national average growth rate. Given the success and scale of Starbucks operations, one could almost bet on the success if Starbucks decides to pursue the pivot towards financial services more aggressively. After all, it will not be the first company to do so, as dozens of other multinationals have ventured into the banking and financial service industries after success elsewhere. As banks essentially rely on goodwill and brand name to elicit deposits, what can be better than having an already established brand? Moreover, unlike many of these other companies, Starbucks also has an added advantage of physical presence in more than 33,000 locations across 80 countries. Although the world is moving towards cashless banking and digital payments, Starbucks can easily set up cash withdrawal and deposit facilities for its users across the globe. In the US alone, Starbucks boasts almost 15,000 locations, which is more than twice the number of branches that Wells Fargo & Company, the bank with the largest branch network, has. What do you think? Do you think it's a risk worth taking for Starbucks and that the company should move forward with the pivot? Or should it focus on its existing product line that has made it the global brand it is today? Do you think that moving towards the financial industry will result in diminishing service quality of Starbucks' main line of products? Or do you think that providing such a service would further elevate Starbucks' role in its customers' lives? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay connected.